A Knoxville retiree may be evicted from her apartment because of the behavior of her adult daughter. Julie Powers tells consumer reporter Don Dare she apologized to the landlord and neighbors for her daughter's outbursts. Don.
Well, Bo, Miss Powers says her daughter was homeless when she moved in with her in late 2023. Julie says, unfortunately, her daughter continues suffering with mental issues despite receiving treatment at the Helen Ross McNabb Center. Because of her daughter's behavior, though, Julie may now be evicted. For more than 25 years, Julie Powers, a retired K-25 worker in Oak Ridge, has lived in North Knoxville. Her apartment complex, Center Court, is off Merchants Drive. It's managed by Freedom Investment Group, known as FIG Property Management. Julie, who is 79 years old, has lived in 2 different apartments since retiring here. She receives a monthly fixed income of $1,900. But she's not sure how much longer she'll be able to stay at the complex. The uncertainty is due to issues with her 42-year-old daughter, who moved in 16 months ago.
She called and said, "Mom, can I come over?" And I said, "Of course." So that was in December of 2023.
Julie says her daughter lived with her all of last year and the beginning of this year. Then on February 11th, Julie received this notice of violation from her apartment management company. It referred to her daughter. When you received this, what did you think?
I was devastated.
Management at the apartment complex has been put into a tough spot. Their notice to Julie lists excessive noise and an unauthorized guest as the violations. Julie says her daughter has been undergoing mental health treatment and often lashed out while living with her.
Yeah, and then she would scream. She would say words that didn't need to be said, but what she said was loud enough for the neighbors to hear.
The notice said Julie's lease agreement will terminate if she did not comply within 14 days. February 26th was the deadline.
And I'm sorry that they had to hear or go through that. I would never want to hurt anybody. But you would have to see my daughter going through that.
And she's not well.
No.
Julie said she begged her daughter to leave the apartment complex.
My daughter left and was gone for 7 days. She come back. She said, "Mama, I've got to get something to eat."
Ms. Powers says her daughter left the apartment again, but later returned for a few more days. On April 2nd, Julie says her electronic rent payment to FIG Property Management was rejected.
Well, the lady at CVS Pharmacy said it's not taking it. I said, "What?"
Ms. Powers then called the apartment management asking why won't they accept her payment.
He said, "Yes, I've got it cut off for you to pay any rent and possibility that you could be evicted." I said that your daughter should be gone in 14 days, and she hasn't been.
Within a week, however, management accepted her rent payment of just over $1,000.
This is Elijah with FIG Property Management.
Knowing she is a longtime renter, a resident specialist from property management left a message for Julie.
I would like to go ahead and just file a no trespass because I would much rather do that so that I can file or dismiss the eviction than do the other.
We went to FIG Property Management to hear their side of the story. Their response, "We don't comment on pending litigation." Last week, a complaint was filed, and Ms. Powers was summoned to appear in Knoxville's General Session Court April 29th. Julie says a legal aid attorney will be with her.
I would like to hear that I am not being evicted, but I would love to hear that we will try to help her find a place to live. I love my daughter.
Ms. Powers says her legal aid attorney will likely ask the court to find a suitable place for her daughter to live and to see if further medical health care could be provided for her daughter. Ms. Powers says she understands her neighbor's complaints, but has no idea where she would live if evicted from her apartment. We'll see what happens next week in court, Bo.
Yeah, keep us posted there, Don. Thank you so much. And if you have a consumer question for Don, just take a moment, send him an email at ddare@wat.com. You can also give him a phone call. The number's right there, 865-633-6923.